Discobrain Talks podcast features honest conversations that may include strong language, discussions about mental health, and open dialogue about drugs and alcohol. Listener discretion is advised. Hello everybody, welcome back to Discobrain Talks. I'm your host, Jay Claire. I am with the legend that is Klueless. How are you, my love?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm very happy to be here. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for coming in and coming on our little pod. So we were just chatting a little before we already were recording, but we'll do it in a professional manner. We were talking about how we met.
Pros.
Yeah, we were like just yapping along. We were talking about how we met. Roughly a year ago, we're going to say?
Yeah, around a year ago.
Drum and Bass Arena Awards.
Yes.
And you were working with the team. Obviously.
Yeah, kind of.
Being
like the loud person to tell everyone to come and dance and watch SOTA and AMC, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I did remember, loud. When I went, the music was even louder, so it was hard.
Oh, it was crazy.
It was levels. But yeah, we met. And then there was the Together events.
Yeah.
Charlie, and we went to a few of those. And yeah, you've been busy as well, haven't you?
I feel like, yeah, I have been quite busy. But I think the biggest thing that's made me busy is, I think, my health more than anything.
Yes.
And it's been quite a journey and an experience with it. And juggling that with music has been quite a challenge, but I'm ready to talk about it a little bit more.
Well, you're in the right spot for that one. Tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about music, and you as Klueless right now.
I have been DJing and was into drum and bass since maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. And I haven't been taking it as seriously until around 2-3 years ago. And it's genuinely changed my life. And I think it's brought me to so many amazing places and introduced me to so many beautiful people. And I think my mission in drum and bass, or just in music in general, has evolved so much into being a bit more mindful and loving who you are and kind of respecting the scene as well as your friends and supporting each other and just reminding yourself that it's just such a community and everybody's united and for this one big purpose, and that is to love music and to heal with music. And I've just had amazing opportunities that I'm so grateful for, and I've learned so much. And that would be from literally playing to bigger crowds or smaller crowds and playing alongside a lineup with artists that I've always looked up to, meeting artists that I've always looked up to, and just living in the moment and just really enjoying the journey and the process.
You've definitely put yourself on the map, haven't you, in the last couple of years?
I would like to think so.
You definitely have. You definitely have.
Good. I'm glad that you say that. Thank you.
You have that. It's true. Okay, so what does music mean to you on a personal level?
Music to me is literally kind of my escape from reality sometimes. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a bad thing, but when I get asked this question, I literally tell people I'm always listening to music. Yeah. When music isn't on, I'm always asking should we put on something?
Yeah.
Why is it so quiet? Why am I able to what's going on?
I don't like silence.
Yeah, and I've told my mum about it, and she's a therapist, and she's like, have you ever tried to question that before? And I'm like, no. Why should I?
So
I have Spotify, I have SoundCloud, I have a speaker, I have headphones, I've got music, I've got decks. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't need to be in silence. And I think to me on a personal level, music is literally it's another sense, you know how seeing, hearing, tasting, it's another sense to me. Yeah, it's a genuine ongoing thing that will never stop until my last breath. I'd say.
I agree. Even if I'm at work and the music's not a playlist I know, or just not like just normal elevator music. I need more.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do this music anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna start naming artists of what I don't like, but I just need it all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
My mood just instantly changes.
Exactly, and I think that will also very much correspond with my mood. So like when I first wake up, sometimes it'll be... That's why my Spotify Wrapped is so random. Yeah. Because like when I wake up, it might be like indie folk if it's autumn, or like some like, I don't know, some Hispanic like
Latino jazz.
Yeah, like it would be so random, or like lo-fi beats, and then when I'm like doing something or like getting ready, it'd be like R&B, or it could be drum and bass, or it could be like, I don't know, some like, I don't know, Afrobeats. Did I already say that?
You said yeah, there's some kind of beats. There's some beats in there.
So yeah, there's always like something, it changes throughout my mood, and on a night out, I'll definitely be listening to bass music and DJing bass music. So yeah.
Yeah, you like it loud. We do like it loud, though. It's fun.
We do.
When the speakers make the whole room vibrate.
Yeah.
That's just living the best life, really.
Did you know that human beings actually enjoy, like, we feel like comfort and love in like lower frequency music, so bass?
Yeah.
Humans enjoy the sound of bass.
That makes a lot of sense. Of course we do. I'm like, I want to lay on the speaker. My mum used to fall asleep on speakers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she can sleep anywhere. Shout out to my mum. Anyway, okay.
Shout out, mum.
Yeah. Clarendon, another little questions we've got. So how do you feel the pressures of the music industry affect your mental health?
I think this is a really good question to ask, because I think the music industry can affect many people in many different ways. And I actually had a conversation about this with Natty Lou, and she was saying that the music industry, compared to different industries, because she was also, and she still is, I think, a professional dancer, and she mentioned that the music industry is the most cutthroat industry out of all of the other arts. And I quite agree with her, because when you're creating music, it's like a part of your identity, it's a part of your soul. And if someone is rejecting it, or if someone is not feeling it or enjoying or understanding it, then you can take it very personally. And it's the same thing with social media. Like, we take a lot of things so personally, we internalize a lot of the reaction people give us, or like not enough likes and not enough engagement. And like, I think the music industry can massively affect your mental health through those ways.
Okay.
At the same time, it can massively benefit you. But I think learning about like how to improve your self-esteem and making sure that you're giving yourself breaks and like reassuring yourself and giving yourself enough love, to just give yourself also praise, to like know that you're doing what you love and at your best of your ability with the means that you have, like that, I think answers your question.
Yeah, it does. It actually does. In a nutshell.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, it does.
And we are back. We did have a kind of technical hiccup. We had something, didn't we? There was a hair in
my gob,
in her mouth. So now we've sorted that out, we're gonna crack on with these questions. Right. So we're gonna go. What strategies have you found most effective in managing stress and anxiety, if you suffer with that, or if you have?
Yes. So I think I struggled a lot with stress and anxiety, and I think a lot of my stress is manifested on my skin, and that's why like I've been taking a lot of time working on my health, especially since the year before, so 2024 and 23. And I feel like ever since the beginning of 24, I have like completely changed my lifestyle in order to support my mental health and my physical health and spiritual as well. Mm-hmm. And by doing that, I was journaling more. So I bought like 2 different journals, and I've been going through them literally religiously all of 24. And basically that means writing down the things you're grateful for, writing down affirmations. So like reassuring yourself and giving yourself that love, as well as meditation. I always meditated since I was a teenager, but wasn't as frequent as I have been recently. So at least once or twice a month I will meditate, but on great weeks I'll meditate at least like once or twice a week. But it's not easy. It's something that you can learn,
of course,
and
it takes time.
It takes time.
It took me a while especially being ADHD, to
Yeah.
actually focus. And now I've actually actively fallen asleep in a few meditations, which
But
is lovely.
that's still fine though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I like fully now understand how helpful and how much of a benefit it is.
Massively.
I sit in
Yeah.
a park like once or twice a week and do the same.
Yeah, for sure. And I think my other practices would also be dancing.
Yes.
And
you're
yoga.
actually sick as well.
Oh,
She's
thank you.
sick.
Well, I've been dancing I danced for 6 years as a
Like,
teenager.
forever. Yeah.
And then, because I always had like an innate like ability to like body coordination and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it took time for me to like readjust to learning it again and learning a routine within just an hour. So
Yes.
yeah, it could be quite challenging. But once you're practicing that, it's a muscle.
Yeah, of
same
course.
time.
Once you're doing it, well, it's a habit, isn't it? Once you can do
Exactly.
that habit, eventually you're like, oh, I wasn't as tired as before, and I'm fitting in more, and
Yeah.
and it's actually
Oh,
quality
thank
as well.
you.
Yeah.
Yoga as well has been a
Yoga.
huge help. So yeah.
And it's for all. You can do it even if you've never done yoga before. It's easy.
Exactly.
You don't have to. You're not doing like morning chakra. I don't know any yoga terms. I've done yoga for a long time, and do I know any of the names?
No, there's like vinyasa.
Vinyasa
There's
flow.
hatha.
I was trying to think of a
Pilates.
specific when they go down into. There's the
Downward
cobra.
dog.
There's downward facing dog. There's a cobra. There's loads, but I don't know all the names. And I was
Mountain.
when you do like a
It's
half
like-
moon or like a sunshine pose, you're like warrior. When you're a warrior,
Warrior.
This
What?
is
Warriors.
warrior pose. And you do other than that, and I'm like, I know some stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, you've got this. You know
Yeah,
more
I
than
actually-
anything.
I can do it better than I know the terminology for it. That's why I'm not a teacher. That's why I'm not a yoga instructor.
You can just be the consumer.
Yeah, and I actually am, which is fun, wonderful stuff. And meditation again, all surrounded by that, isn't it?
Exactly. Breathing.
And breathing. Oh my god,
Breathing into the postures.
breathing exercises.
Oh, huge. It's like, I feel like as human beings, we've like been taught not to breathe.
Did you know newborn baby is the only people that breathe correctly? We all breathe because we become lazy
Yeah.
and we don't breathe in the right way. And newborn
Yeah.
babies are the ones that've got it going on.
Yeah. And
Do you know
also
them?
we're susceptive. What is it?
I can't do it.
I don't even remember, but it's susceptible or something
We're not
to
in this.
stress.
Oh,
Because of our lifestyles.
Yes.
Like nowadays, like food is full of God knows what anymore. Like I feel
Yes.
like food is not the same as it was 50 to 60 years ago. So there's a lot more stresses that are being digested into your body, and your body has to try and
process
it
all the-
more because there's more toxins. The air is so polluted. You know, the work-life balance nowadays is not as great as it might have been. But then, to be fair, like after COVID, that massively helped.
Yes.
And social media stresses, money
Money.
is probably like the biggest stress for most people in the UK.
Yeah, being an adult
Being an adult
and
in
all
general,
that comes with it.
exactly. Social norms, social pressures, like
Yes.
all of these things, like massively contribute to a human stress level.
Yeah.
And I think these practices like breath work has now become such a thing because we're just like,
Help us.
help me.
What do I do?
I'm in danger.
Breathe, babe. Big
just
deep
breathe.
breath. Big deep breath. Get outside. Stand up and shake your body. Because it does make you feel better.
It does. It massively does.
All right. So, how is the process? So, production wise, as we were discussing earlier, we're coming into we're in club season, and it's a bit quieter for you
Yeah.
this time. So, production wise, have you dabbled in producing music at the moment, and how has that helped within your artistry career?
I think I have been producing,
Yeah, nice.
but it's not as it's not a quick process.
No,
It's
of
actually super slow, and you have to learn a lot of patience and within yourself, and
It's a
also
labour of love.
it is. And if you really love something, you will genuinely be obsessed with it and do everything that you possibly can to get yourself to that stage.
Yeah.
But it's very slow, and I think working in the music industry as well is I think at times it made me quite nervous because I would be very I'd be comparing myself a lot to other artists, even though they've had like 10 years more experience than me.
Yeah.
And with making music, I've been working a lot with friends and getting advice from other producers that I know and I've met in the past and from work as well. So I'm so grateful for that. But the way that it's helped me is to remember that even if it's something that you want to be successful at, you got to learn the patience.
Yes.
And you also have to learn not to put pressure on yourself.
Oh, that's the biggest thing. It's a big, big, big one.
A lot of artists that are, you know, I would say quite successful in my eyes might not see themselves as that only because they are also comparing themselves to everybody else in the industry.
100%.
And that is, I think, well, I actually read somewhere, I think it's like a quote from someone. It was from one of my journals, my diaries that I bought.
Nice.
It said that comparison is creativity's biggest killer.
Yeah.
So you are not going to be wanting to go and make something if you're comparing yourself and you're thinking you're not good enough.
Picasso wasn't like, oh, what have you got going over there, Dave? How's your painting going?
Yeah,
He
exactly.
was just cracking on with
He
it.
was just like, yeah, you
He
know
just-
what? I don't need to know what anyone else is doing. I want to
Yeah.
make this weird ass
He's
looking
like,
face.
life's a ride
And it's
anyway. I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna paint these. Is it? Well, I'm gonna
I'm
paint
pretty sure-
sunflowers.
I know. I thought it was like the
Okay, Picasso-
faces.
Picasso's
that are
always
like-
faces. Vincent van Gogh's the sunflowers.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look at you knowing your artist.
Oh yeah, I did a cracking Monet when I was like 8.
Monet. Love
Monet,
that.
and I actually am not an artist, but you know, when I was 8, oh, you best believe it was great. We
Love
go
that.
off on tangents a lot.
Yeah,
which
we do.
I'm enjoying this.
But you know what? Though people tell me all the time, like, are you ADHD? And I'm like, no, but like, it's funny because all my friends have
Yes.
ADHD.
Yes.
I've never been tested,
Me,
so I
you,
don't
and
really
Sav in
know.
the room.
Oh my god, like me and Sav, like we'll just literally be over there, like away
Yeah.
with the fairies and the
Oh
squirrels.
yes. Oh, so
There's always an edit.
what got you on the decks?
Oh, okay. This is a bit of a story time.
Story time.
So, like, when I was 18, I went to Malia
Yeah.
and I met.
Malia. Ooh, Malia. Yeah, good.
Oh my god, you remember?
Yeah. So, Malia. Yeah,
Oh my
obviously.
God.
Come on now. Come on.
Oh my god, honestly, I don't even remember anything from that holiday because I was drunk the whole time.
What?
My-
No way. It never happens.
And I actually, my voice changed. So, like, my voice now is actually not as deep as it was until after.
I understand your pain.
And it was all the smoking and the shouting and
Yeah.
it's I ruined it, but
I can
I'm on a
relate.
tangent again. So basically I met my ex and in Malia and we were together for around like 2 years, and when we met he was actually massively into bass music.
Okay.
I wasn't. I was like massively into like my hip hop, my R&B, like
Nice.
that was like quite early on into moving to the south, because when I grew up in Newcastle, like I loved drum and bass but didn't know it was drum and bass.
Yeah.
And at the time I was like more into like my R&B, my hip hop and like my old school hip hop, and then like David Bowie, my indie phase. Like everybody goes through some kind of phase like that.
Oh, we have a phase, all right.
Yeah, we all go through those lovely phases. But then when we got together, he then kind of like got me into the world of raving.
There we go.
And then when
Good
I got
on
to
ya.
uni,
Thank you.
exactly. When I went to uni at 18, I was massively like in what's the word, like immersed
Immersed.
in drum and bass, because Reading Uni was quite like a bit
Oh,
of a party
yeah.
uni, and it was actually quite big for its drum and bass. So ended up DJing only at the like end of my second year, and then after I split up with my ex, and then
Oh, there you go. So introduced you, and then now you're like, bye. I've got stuff to do.
yeah, well, he wasn't the greatest boyfriend, but I'm grateful that he showed me this new world.
Yeah, put you on this path.
And it's definitely put me on this path. So
There
I
you
feel
go.
like it was definitely like it was a needed relationship in some
Yeah,
way.
right person, right time for what you needed now.
Exactly. And yeah, and then I got asked to be part of the Drum and Bass Society, and I was the only girl, only ethnic queer girl.
There you go.
And yeah, and that's when I started playing out and stuff. And I only just thought of it as a hobby, but then yeah, like I said,
Hobby
moving into London and stuff,
moved quickly. You didn't
yeah, I was obsessed, literally obsessed.
Yeah, you've burst onto the scene in a really nice way. And,
Oh, thank you.
Well, yeah, because you're about the town.
Bet the
in,
10.
in with the right people, which is lovely.
You were the right people.
She is. It's true. Okay, all right. So, who's been instrumental in your journey, and who is your dream collab?
So, to be instrumental in my journey, I think my mum would be somebody that has always supported me no matter what, and always like pushed me towards my dreams. And even as a kid, she didn't earn much, and she was a single mum, and I'm her only child. She paid money for me to go to dance classes, to theatre schools, to like anything that I wanted to like teach me performance skills, because that's my passion, performing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be an actress at the time, but that swiftly moved on when I met music.
It's still a huge part of it, though.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
Performance-wise, to get up on stage, there's so much more than just going and pressing play.
Exactly.
As well as you've got to be able to, not, respectfully, be all right and mixing out, to do your job. But also, the energy, it takes a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
It takes a lot.
And reading people as well. I feel like that's got a huge part of it. But I would say also my cousin, Malika, shout out.
Oh, yeah.
She came to a lot of my gigs, especially when I was like coming up in London, like I would say 22, 21. No, more 22, the year of 22, 23. And she massively supported me and like coming to gigs and stuff. And you might actually see on my Instagram, people,
Check the
that
Instagram.
if you go really far down, there's a clip of me doing like a 360 rave, and I was playing bassline, and she is actually stood right next to me, like on the decks.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so she was a massive supporter. And for collabs, I have to say a huge inspiration to me, and someone that I would obsess, like I would actually like die if I had a collab with her, would be Flavor D. Flavor D is honestly,
that's a good one though. That, I'm not gonna lie, that actually definitely is 100% achievable.
You think?
100%.
I would honestly love
Flavor
that.
D, you beautiful, beautiful icon.
Yeah,
You
she's
know where
an
she is.
icon.
Oh my gosh,
She's a bass music queen, like actual like
and also,
icon.
Her drip, she's got some gorgeous clothes.
Yeah.
She dresses sick as well.
Yeah, she does.
All round legend. Oh my god, that's so sick. Well, you know where she is. Clueless is around. You
Hey.
hey, Flavor D. That's oh my god, that's so possible. I love that.
Well, the thing is, the reason why I look up to her loads is that, one, she's a woman alongside all these other men who are in the scene doing what they do, and she's queer.
Yeah.
And not even just that, but her music slaps. Like,
oh my god,
her production is incredible, and the fact that
we
she
love
started,
you. We love
we love you, Flavor D.
Yeah, she's quality stuff.
She started actually with grime,
Yeah.
so she kind of like was working with a lot of artists in grime, and then got into like UKG with TQD, Royalty, and DJ Q, and then obviously her Flavor D, and that's what makes TQD. I didn't actually know that until about like a year or two ago.
That's a maths for you there. That's a music maths
Yeah,
right there.
that is music math.
Yeah, 100%.
And then recently, I've seen that she's been making more dubstep now, after obviously like her time with drum and bass and Hospital Records and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's genuinely like the most exciting thing, because I love drum and bass.
Her most recent releases, some of her tunes. Well, all of her old catalogue, but there's a huge catalogue of Flavor D, which is so nice.
Yeah, exactly. She can literally make anything, and that's why I look up to her so much, because I want to be able to do that.
Also, I've been in the crowds of some of her sets, and Sweet Christmas Crackers absolutely blows the room from everywhere. It's quality.
Sweet
and
Christmas
to
Crackers.
see her go up there doing it, and she's been doing it for a while. So
Yeah.
and she's sustainable and doing her thing and rolling with the big dogs, because she is a big dog.
She is.
She is.
She's a boss.
Yeah, she's a legend. We love you, Flavor D. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to that. You know what's great is the tangents we go on are all so relevant, and it's just opening up more conversation. So, what tracks are you listening to personally on Spotify at the moment, and what are your track rotation? What are you playing live? What are you listening to?
Okay, so like what I'm listening to is QZB and Sydney Bryce, Waste Your Kiss.
Okay.
It's a really cool
Play that right now and edit. There you go. Play it. Thank you.
banging tune.
Yeah,
Banging tune. I love it. And that's definitely been something that I've been listening to in my spare time. And for gigs, I feel like I always play. What do I always play? I always play a bit of Hamdi.
Yeah.
Always play a bit of Hamdi.
Quality stuff though.
But there's actually a track I've not played yet, but I've been really meaning to play. It's releasing on Koki's label.
Okay.
I think it's called what's that phrase where like you're like, oh, not like it's not that deep, but like, so the track that I usually play out was it's on Koki's new label called Don't Get It Twisted, and the track is by an artist called Vibes with a Z on the end.
Right,
And
with a Z.
it's called Premeditated Murder, and honestly, it is fucking scat in not drum and bass, in dubstep.
Oh,
It's like-
Dobby,
it's almost
dubstep.
It's almost like dubstep was like jump up. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that, but it's like it's just hardcore. It's so good.
You
I
literally
love
die.
it.
I'm excited to hear that on the dance floor.
It's
'Cause
really
you'll die.
good.
It's that good. That's gonna be quality hearing that play out.
It is. I actually saw it live as well because when I saw the Hamdi show in Village Underground, Koki was playing before him,
Quality.
and there was a point where I just lost my marbles. Like hearing that song, I like screamed, and it's actually on the like reel that I made, or the like TikTok that I made about me going sober raving with Sav.
Yes.
It's in that track is in that.
Okay,
And
nice.
realised when I got the submission from work, I was like, I know this song.
Yeah.
You played this. So yeah, he played it at Hamdi's show. But
That's
yeah,
so nice because then the track just means so much more to you because your brain instantly takes you to that moment
Yeah.
on the dance floor.
oh yeah, massively.
That's what it's about.
That's why people need to be going to gigs. But even
Yes.
like going sober is a game changer. First time I've actually
helps.
remembered the night.
It helps so much. And also, like, especially when you're consistently, you've got so many events. I respectfully, if I have a few wines, I'm hungover. I can't, it's hard to
Yeah,
keep going. So having a good night's sleep, actually, like, having a couple blackcurrant sodas
yeah,
is such a vibe because you can consistently, like, Boomtown's 5 days.
yeah.
And I didn't drink heavily at all. I wanted to be able to turn up, do my job, see all the music I wanted to see, explore, and have a really great time. And
Yeah.
you gotta look after yourself. It helps.
100%.
It helps because you can't
100%.
keep going. You burn out.
I don't know how people can go every single year and just do a bunch of drugs for 4 or 5 days in a row.
It's heavy for people.
It's so heavy. And I remember the last time I went to Boomtown, like I was on the biggest come down of my life, and I thought to myself, why am I putting myself through this?
Yeah.
Like I don't need to go there and to do all these drugs and completely ruin my brain, ruin my physical health as well, because my feet are obliterated.
Yes, there's a lot of walking though. There's a lot of
So
walking.
yeah, like honestly, but yeah, sorry, we're getting on
It's
tangents.
all right. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's important. And there's a lot of artists that in the last 5 years, a lot more people have spoke about going sober and spoke about, because to have sustainability in this industry, which we're going to go on to in a little minute, to keep going and have sustainability, you can't, your body, you want to have your body still there.
Yeah.
So, slowing down, looking after yourself, not plying your body with all sorts of poisons, and it will help you create better and
Yeah.
be alive to do it, because we want everyone to still be alive for. You're listening to Discobrain Talks. Today's episode is brought to you by Usk, the retro-inspired, eco-friendly ski brand that's making waves both on and off the slopes. Just like music, skiing's all about feeling good, being in the moment and embracing that sense of freedom. Usk's commitment to sustainability and vintage vibes aligns with Discobrain's mission to nurture the mind and soul. So whether you're hitting the slopes or pressing play, Usk's gear will keep you looking and feeling great, all the whilst protecting the planet. Ski in style, listen with intention. Stay tuned, and thank you to Usk for supporting Discobrain Talks. We are back, and we are on to our last little chapter. So we're going to talk about my favourite topic at the moment to chat to all artists about. Where do you see the industry in 5 years' time?
I think in 5 years' time, people will probably get a bit bored of drum and bass, and they will start being a little bit more like with like they're gonna I think welcome dubstep and bassline with open
Dubstep's
arms.
already making a turn.
And
isn't it?
I knew this was gonna happen. I
Yeah.
told everybody at work, I was like, dubstep's making a comeback,
We've
guys.
said it for ages.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's gonna make a comeback. It's happening.
Yeah, it's
and,
coming. Shops
and-
made dubstep. Everyone's making
Yeah,
Skrillex,
exactly.
Quartet.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's doing it because like everyone is looking for a new sound, a new type of energy. Because drum and bass is amazing and I love it. Like, don't get me wrong.
We love it.
But like, I've been really appreciating the classics way
Yeah, of
more than
course.
I've been appreciating the new music now. And it's only really because I feel like because we've like done so much of it now for the money, it's becoming a little less underground.
and
and
it
I
all
think-
saturated
Yes,
on that.
that will then like the idea of something being underground is like it's almost like peri salt on chips instead of just normal salt.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Do you know what
Such
I
a
mean?
great analogy.
Because
yeah.
then it's like it adds more flavor. It has like this like darkness, this like and then he kissed this mic.
Yeah. It's fine.
But,
Everyone can kiss his mic.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like even Notion and like Sammy Virgin and what's her name? Opadan,
Yeah.
they are more like they're kind of like making a bit more baseline recently as well, and
Yeah.
that's because like I think they are also sensing that will be the next best thing after
Yeah,
drum and
times are
bass wave.
changing.
So yeah, I think bass music is gonna happen like gradually, but like yeah, that's why I
They're
think it's gonna
coming
go.
up. Well, with as you were talking about the scene as well, it's not underground anymore. Like, okay,
Yeah.
so we were talking about their Somerset House, their ice skate they do every year.
Yeah,
Genius and friends and a lot of the Rinse and Kool FM crew are doing nights throughout the
oh nice.
winter period. And Genius, like Rinse, they were like putting aerials on top of buildings. It's organic, 30
Yeah,
years,
yeah,
pirate
yeah, yeah,
radio.
yeah.
It was such a part of the scene.
Yeah.
The scene isn't underground anymore. It definitely is about money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the flip side of not everyone getting equal pay, lineups a lot more being male to ratio
Yeah.
to female.
Yeah.
There's a million different things I think needs to be equal and fair and
100%.
and it's not being that.
I have like an experience where I was asked to play a gig that I thought was okay. It seemed like pretty good. I was quite happy to do it. I was told that there wasn't a lot of budget, and I was like, okay, like I'll do this for like myself because I want to do it.
Yeah.
So I did it, and on the night, as an artist, you are entitled, obviously, to get paid, but I wasn't paid for that night.
Okay.
And I was entitled to rider and green room access so I could ration up, put my
Yeah.
thing somewhere, say hello to fellow artists, whatever. And after my set, I was opening and I went towards the green room, and the people who booked me said that I wasn't allowed in the green room.
Really?
And I was like, why?
If they
And
just
were,
played for free for them.
exactly. And I was like, Sav was there and Gab's Gifter,
Yeah.
shout out.
Hi,
Both of them,
Gab. Hi, babe.
They were there, and like I explained to them like everything that happened, and they saw everything that happened. But I was like, the reason why they couldn't do it is because we don't have enough wristbands and this and that, and they were like, we don't have much
Just let
space.
you in. Doesn't
And I
matter.
was like,
Yeah,
so let me get this straight. You are telling the only female, ethnic, queer artist on your lineup today that she is not allowed to be in the green room. And when one of the people in the venue heard that, I think then they were just like, just let her up, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I was like-
But you've had to say that.
But why have I had
Got
to
to
say
say
that?
that,
Why have I
yeah.
had to remind you of who I am and my identity to be able to be entitled for something that I was supposed to have in the first place?
Yeah.
If you are asking me to be an artist and to do my craft that I have spent years perfecting and time rehearsing, to not even be treated like everybody else on this lineup. And I understand that like the artists on the lineup were very high profile. I understand that they've been in the scene for years
You're on
more
the
than
lineup,
me.
though, so everyone should get to be treated
Exactly.
the
This is what I mean by
same. Equal treatment.
the
fair
industry
treatment.
becoming money focused and not enough like people and like,
Or keep them all away because then they can't go. Oh yeah.
oh yeah, let's just not treat her the same because she's a nobody. And it's like, I understand that I haven't got as much experience maybe as these other artists have
But you are
had.
somebody, and
But
you
I
are,
am a somebody.
they
I'm a
wouldn't have
human
asked you to be
being.
on the lineup otherwise.
Exactly. You have to
So-
treat everyone equally because that is what drum and bass music and the underground scene is about. It's about community and unity, and that is not being inclusive if you're going to be treating people differently because of how many monthly listeners they have or how many followers they have on Instagram or
Yeah.
like how many fans they've got. That's not what it's about, and that's why it disappoints me. And I was so upset and frustrated with that because that's when I knew from that day on, I was like, I'm never playing a free gig again because that made me think and feel that I wasn't appreciated for
Yeah.
doing something that I wanted to do because I loved it. And I think that is what needs to change. And even now, like, I feel like when I give my rider to a promoter, especially if I'm like an opening artist, I sometimes feel a little bit like, am I allowed to ask for these things because they're
Yeah.
not going to give it to me because I'm not a high profile artist right now? That's like, to me, like, that makes me think like, that's actually sad.
In my head, you are, but I also completely,
But like the comparison again, like this is
course.
also feeding into what I said earlier about like, oh, don't compare yourself to these other artists when you're producing music because it kills your creativity.
Yeah.
But how can you do
How
that
can you not?
if other promoters are treating you like that?
Yeah.
And that's why I've got a problem with it.
pitting you up
And
against each other. And
Yeah.
actually, everyone who comes and plays on lineups, we're all a big family and we all respect and like each other's art. It's the people with the money. They're like, oh, well,
Yeah.
all about the money, honey.
Yeah. And that's what makes, I think, this world become a lot more like we become like animals. I think.
Especially within the climate that we're in at the moment. As well.
100%, 100%. And yeah, and I think that's what's toxic about the industry sometimes. And what even was the question?
The question was, where do you see the industry in 5 years?
Yes.
And we've just gone on to, I guess we haven't slated it, but we're just talking about what's going on
Yeah.
currently and the impact without,
Yeah,
without everyone losing festivals and losing venues. And it's going to continue because of the world we're living in right now. And with the amount of festivals, El Dorado, sad loss, was a huge loss to
yeah, it was massive.
the festival summer last year. So
Yeah,
it's really tough. It's really,
Yeah.
really tough.
it's even the same with like releases because when you work for a record label that has a really great history and it's got an amazing reputation, everybody wants to be involved,
Of course.
and because they've been fans of the label or the brand, they are, they're really inspired and they want to
Yeah.
be a part of it. I fully understand that because I was also in that situation. But even when you work in the business, you see a very different side to your dream
Yeah.
and to other people's dream. And from their perspective, it's like, wow, like this is so cool. And like, I want to be part of this. But then like when you're working in it, you can see that like, when I run the channel, I have to support the massive money making artists because I cannot have the capacity to support the up and comers. If you're not then making the music industry about money, then it's hard to support those who need the money.
Yeah.
And as much as we obviously talk about how money can be ruined, like can ruin like, I don't know, people and like their perspective on creativity and all that stuff, it can also be a supporter. But I think
Absolutely.
that massively only really depends on how you're running that business.
Yes.
And I personally believe that UKF are doing everything they can to support diversity and inclusion. That is something that I've been taught to do with the channel and how I've been running it and who've been supporting. And I hope that I give everybody a chance
There you
because
go.
I want a chance.
There.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course. Full
yeah.
circle.
Exactly.
Give out what you put out.
Exactly.
Give the love for it.
Exactly.
The love for the scene as well. Okay, right. What do you do outside of music for your brain, for your well-being? We've spoke about yoga, we've spoke about dance, but is there anything that doesn't involve music that you do?
I would say like spending time with friends and family.
Yeah.
That definitely is something that massively helps with my mental health. And talking and laughing, like that is definitely a huge part in like what I love to do with people. Like I consider myself like a social butterfly, and I consider myself someone who
Definitely are. Both
yeah
of us.
I love talking to people. I love connecting with people, and like that's why I feel like a podcast like this I really enjoy it. And
100%.
like
I
even
know
the
you'd be
Kool
a
show.
wonderful guest.
Oh,
Helen.
thank you. No,
Of course.
I'm so grateful to like give myself and you like a chance to like talk about something we're both passionate about, and
Yeah.
like to put that out into the world for people to consume and to learn from. And yeah, learning from other people and traveling and seeing the world, and yeah, I feel like that's I think fashion and makeup, and like I love looking good.
Yeah, it's good.
I love looking good. and
Feeling
talking
good
to
about
people.
yourself. It's just
Yeah.
the way to do it, isn't it? You
Yeah.
feel actually more confident
100%.
when you're like when you've got that coat on, or when your hair looks just so, and it's self-worth is very important.
It's so important. It's what shapes your outward facing identity to other people. Because if you're talking to somebody who is really insecure in, maybe their appearance, they'll be showing it in their body language and their
course.
facial expressions. And it's more difficult to communicate and to like really deeply connect with somebody who might be like
Absolutely.
that.
As how you hold yourself, and yeah, it's hard to bond when you've got so much going on.
Exactly.
In your head.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I'm not shaming anybody who
No,
it feels that not comfortable in their skin. Like there's
it's
so
not
many layers to
empathizing,
this.
really, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
like understanding, being like, yeah, and how can you be as involved with a conversation, as involved with somebody else, get to know someone, if you're just wrapped up in yourself for whatever reason.
100%. Like even with problems with my skin, when my face is red and my body's like cut open and bleeding, and like I'm really uncomfortable and I'm super itchy, I don't want to talk to anybody, and I don't
Yeah.
want to be around
Yeah.
people. I don't want to wear makeup. I don't want to go outside. It's so hard to be myself. And that's when I'm at my lowest, when my health isn't quite right. And that is why like I've been really focusing and putting all my energy onto that, which annoyingly has put music on pause sometimes.
Yes.
But like I try my best to do both, but at the same time like listen to my body and understand like I am a human being, not a machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Well, you
yeah.
need your body to keep going, babe. So having
Exactly.
that time, taking time, it's always going to be there. That's why music is always there. It's never going to
Yeah.
go away.
Exactly.
So you can take that time, and you can, because yeah, we need you. We need you for many different things, as
Thank
well
you.
as playing tunes on the decks. Okay, so I think we've only got one more question. We've nailed it, to be fair.
Yeah, good.
So, do you ever feel the need to take time away from music?
Yeah, I think that like corresponds to what I've just mentioned.
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely need time to take away from music. And like I think when I talk about music, I don't just talk about like the act of DJing or the act of producing music. I'm also talking about like the business side of it, like posting on social media and engaging with people and
Yeah.
like
One
creating
of the branches
content.
off the tree.
Yeah, 100%. Because at the end of the day, in order to continue to do what you do, to make it a sustainable practice, you have to invest your time and energy to make it to make money out of it, and to make it a thing where you can actually get booked to play out and like collaborate with other artists and stuff like that. So to be on people's radar, you need to do these things.
Absolutely.
And social media has been something that I actually really struggle to do. Like I hate it. I hate it. I hate doing
You're not
it.
the only person that I know. I think genuinely, honestly, every artist that I know,
Because
they're
it's
like,
such a chore.
yeah, because you just want it's about the music.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's become a part of your brand, a part
Yeah.
of to
It's a
in a way to-
portfolio.
yeah, it's your portfolio, it's your CV.
Yeah.
And it's definitely become, but it's another, like I said, another branch off the tree, but in a demanding sense. And also, like, social media is it's a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
It's a huge poignant part of comparison, and
yeah.
if you didn't have, as people in the 90s didn't have access to, like Pete Tong didn't know what like other artists were doing, and
Yeah.
definitely is more organic. And you know that's why a lot of people do just take time off.
Yeah,
Go to the
exactly.
studio. They're not on their phones, and you've got to have that
Yeah.
separation from it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like also I have to like apologize to people like sometimes, because like I'll disappear for a few days,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm really sorry, like I don't mean to ignore you or to be long about something. Like I genuinely just need like time away
Yeah.
from all technology to really live in the moment and be in my body, because like with my job as well, I listen to a lot of music that I get sent, and it is very overwhelming to be everyone asking you for something. And it's not like I'm not complaining, like it's not honestly, I love my job, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, it is a privilege to be able to hear everybody's music, especially from artists that I absolutely adore. But the decision making is exhausting. It's the fatigue of the decision making, and to disappoint so many people. I don't want to have to say no to a lot of people, but I do.
Yeah.
And I
It's
know
a
how that
cutthroat-
feels.
It's a cutthroat.
It's
industry.
cutthroat, exactly. And yeah, taking time away from everything like that, because my life is music, my job is music, my
Yeah.
passion is music,
Live
my
it
career.
and breathe it.
Exactly. That's why like I need to really like take away and spend some time with people who aren't involved in music, to really switch off and take a break and get some ideas, get inspired by life. And even like the post that I did in autumn, I was so like, that was like my time to switch off and to step into my skin and to really like learn like, what does my body need? How do I heal my skin? How do I heal my mental health? How do I connect those things together? How do I make myself whole again?
Yeah.
And to do that, I had to step away completely from everything.
Of course.
And that's also why it ended up birthing this like really like admiration for autumn, and like the feeling of like being in nature
The
and
changing
like
a season.
changing of season. And that's why I posted a lot about autumn and like my autumnal liquid mix. Like that's kind of something that was like, I created something from that.
Yeah, you were
So,
inspired in that, then
I
led
was.
you to this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So-
what yeah, it's vibes.
Sometimes you need to take a break to be
course.
inspired, to fuel your creativity and your growth.
Absolute. Yeah, and it is actually very, very key. Taking a break is okay. Just make sure you make someone aware you're taking a break.
Yeah.
But like, I'm having time off. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
And that's boundaries. It's just so key.
Yeah. I mean, I forget to tell anybody, which is bad because.
Yeah, but your mum knows. Your mum knows.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. For
There
sure.
you go. Your mum
But-
knows.
Gift is always like, why do you always disappear like that? And don't tell me what's happening. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, she's like, you're a loner, aren't you? And I'm like, sometimes. I don't mean to be.
Little
But,
bit.
but yeah, but honestly, I feel bad for her sometimes because I'm like, oh, I genuinely just disappeared. But actually, a really big part of that as well was, I wanted to just share on here was like, I like, this is kind of personal, but like, because I'm an only child and because my father wasn't around when I was a child growing up,
Yeah.
I always felt the need to be very attached. Like I was a very anxious, attached person in relationships for a very long time, until I broke up with my recent ex, who is also a DJ in the industry. I massively made sure that I took the time and energy to learn to be alone and to
Yes.
enjoy the company of myself.
Not be scared of your own. Yeah, being on your own.
Yes, I always was so afraid of being alone and not facing who I am. And I feel so proud and so like happy being on my own now.
As
And
you should. I
that's
enjoy
why-
it. I'm like,
Yeah, I love
everyone's
it.
left me alone.
No, I love
Peace
it.
and quiet.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh, I hate being around people, but it's like I'm okay, like being by myself. I
Yeah.
actually really like it. Like
appreciate it.
exactly, like
we
coming
don't
home.
really get time for ourselves.
Exactly. And yeah, like having a weekend, just staying at home, doing what you like.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Having a Saturday doing nothing
Yeah.
is such
That
a
is
nice...
allowed. That is
allowed.
allowed. Because I used to make myself
Prescribed.
feel
It's
so
prescribed. I'm
guilty.
gonna write a prescription for everybody, yeah.
Yeah, like
Take a day and do nothing.
and do nothing, because then you are literally giving yourself time to recharge, and it's the recharge you never knew you needed.
Yeah, it's always that sleep. You wake up, you're like, oh, it's 3:00 in the afternoon. I didn't know I needed that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, there it is. I needed it.
Even today, like I felt like I helped my mum move house. We're both officially homeowners. That's very exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I helped her move into the new property, and it was very exhausting because it was a lot of physical movement. There was a lot of like I was exposed to quite a few allergens, and that was quite stressful. And then my mum was a bit stressed, but it was great. It was it's an amazing place.
It's definitely a part of it, isn't it?
It's a part of it.
Moving, having a baby, and there's something else like the most stressful things you
Yeah.
can ever do in your adult life.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, thank
know
you
what?
guys.
Fuck it. That's
You've now
enough.
probably fallen asleep because we've been talking so much. But you know what? I actually expected this out of everybody. That I was like, we'll get Klueless out of the way.
Out the way?
Yeah,
Because she's
Get
a
away.
total yapper.
I was like, because I'm gonna have 4 hours of editing to do. We're gonna call it there.
Yeah, let's
I
call it
think.
there.
And thank you so much for coming on today.
No, thank you so much for having me.
2025, what's it looking like for you? Do you know you got any? We're gonna get some plans in motion. That's what we're gonna do. Be a lot going on for you as well.
Yeah, nothing's been confirmed, but I feel like I am making plans.
There you go, plans.
Plans are happening,
Oh yes.
and action will follow.
Oh, it's coming. Full actions and words and following and all sorts. Right, babes. Well, yeah, we're gonna call it there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
in.
you so much for having me.
Wonderful stuff.
If you don't know, get to know.
Get to know. Discobrain Talks, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you and goodbye.
You've been listening to Discobrain Talks, a pre-recorded podcast, hosted and voiced by Jay Clare. Huge thank yous to Klueless for coming on the pod. Produced and edited by Jay Clare and Tom Shanks. Music created by Tom Shanks and Oetna. Discobrain Talks is a For Your Mind production. Thank you for listening.